So how long does it realistically take for you to reach your first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? Straight up, there is no black and white answer to this, but I did want to create a video giving you a realistic time frame based on where you are currently to kind of help you understand how long it's going to take. The thing is, it could take you 30 days, it could take you 6 months, it could take you years. Like if you're me, it took me years to hit 1,000 subscribers. But then on another channel, it took me 30 days to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I want to kind of give you some things to think about whenever you are pursuing YouTube. So that way you can have a realistic time frame in mind when it comes to you hitting your first 1,000 subscribers. So let's dive straight in. So we're going to start with the first one. This is the goal that everybody has. You want to hit it within at least 3 to 6 months. If you can hit it sooner than that, that's great. However, it's not the most realistic, and it is far and few in between if you can hit 1,000 subscribers in less than 3 months. The people that will hit 1,000 subscribers in 3 to 6 months are these people. You are already very skilled at creating video content. So maybe you're already used to creating master classes, you're used to going live, you're used to creating short form content, or maybe you've even had a YouTube channel before and you've created content consistently enough where you feel very confident in front of camera, you know how to edit videos, you know the standard, the basics of creating video content, then yeah, you may be able to push the needle forward a lot faster because you don't have the learning curve of showing up on camera, creating a high quality YouTube video. Like you don't have those learning curves to deal with. Having that skill alone will cut your time frame in half when it comes to growing on YouTube. And that goes into the second thing. If you've already had a YouTube channel before, then this is a second bonus because now you hopefully understand how the YouTube platform works in general. So you understand SEO, you understand that you need to create YouTube thumbnails. You've probably already created YouTube thumbnails and you've learned enough from having your channel previously to know what kind of works, what doesn't kind of work, depending on how your other channel did before you fell off or whatever the case may be that's causing you to start a new channel. Now, of course, YouTube, there's always more that you can learn on YouTube, and YouTube is an evolving platform. So things that would have worked 5 years ago, they ain't working now. But you at least know the basics if you've had a channel before. You can also hit your goal at this time frame if you already know who your target viewer is, you already know who your target buyer is, you know who you are looking to grab the attention of to come to your YouTube videos and come to your YouTube channel. One of the things that I've learned is that some people will have a YouTube channel and they're essentially throwing spaghetti at the wall because they don't even have a target person. Like this is almost like their personal documentation channel or something like that. And so they don't really know who they're creating content for. And this actually causes you to take longer to grow on YouTube because you're really just throwing spaghetti on the wall and you're seeing what sticks. And what happens is if the wrong thing sticks, now you're stuck in a niche or industry that you had no intention on growing in. And now you're creating and building an audience around something that you're just not even really interested in long term. And so you want to know exactly who you're targeting with your channel. If you already know before you've ever started your channel, then you're on the right track to hitting the 1,000 subscribers within 3 to 6 months. This next thing that I'm going to mention is what actually allowed me to hit 1,000 subscribers in 30 days, because this is one that if you do have all the things that I've mentioned before, and then you also have this one, you could hit it really, really fast. If you have found a gap in the market that people are not really creating content in, this is a really, really important one because this kind of takes it where even if you don't have the best type of content, you can still hit 1,000 subscribers if you hit the right market that people are not creating content for. In my couples YouTube channel, we were doing interracial relationship videos. I noticed in the couple space that interracial relationships were like a high volume search. It had very low competition in the people that were creating content in that space. And so we were able to start that YouTube channel. We didn't even really do any editing on the video. I don't think I didn't even customize the thumbnail. I literally just used a screen grab from the video, and we hit 1,000 subscribers within the first 30 days because we found a gap in the market. So if you know that there are not people creating content on the topic that you're planning on creating content for, and if you have a software like vidIQ or TubeBuddy where it can show you if you have hit a gap in the market, you are probably going to grow within 3 to 6 months, if not sooner than that. Another way to know is if you already have an audience. If you already have an audience on another platform, of course, the larger the audience, the faster you're going to grow your YouTube channel. You will learn too, though, that just because you have an audience on another channel does not guarantee that they are going to pollinate over to YouTube. It is super, super hard to get your current audience from other social media platforms onto your YouTube channel. I don't know what it is, but people do not like to leave the platform that they're on. Now, if you have a YouTube channel, they'll naturally pollinate over to your social media, but it is super hard to do it in reverse. But if you've already grown a good audience, you already have your email list, you're already nurturing people on a different platform, you will organically just get some of your loyal followers on these platforms to just come over there because they want to follow you regardless of what platform you're on anyway. And the larger your audience, the higher chance it is for you to hit your first 1,000 subscribers. And then the last thing that I'm going to share that I believe that if you have this, along with some of the other things I've mentioned so far, if you have this, you will hit your subscribers of 1,000 within the first 3 to 6 months, is if you plan on making YouTube your primary platform. This is one that a lot of people don't really think about. Like, they think that they can pursue YouTube and pursue Instagram and pursue TikTok and all these things. And at the beginning stages, I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's just not realistic. If you want to see fast growth, you need to prioritize posting YouTube content. If you are not making YouTube your primary platform, it is going to take you longer to grow. Period. So just be mindful of that if you're trying to see fast growth on your channel. If you're planning on focusing primarily on YouTube, that's going to make a drastic difference in the time frame it's going to take for you to hit your goal and get monetized on YouTube. So let's move over to the 6 to 12 month mark. Okay, 6 to 12 months is more standard. 6 to 12 months is what I see a lot of people who are consistent on YouTube, even if they have like a small learning curve in certain areas, they can hit it. And I'm gonna just kind of share some of the things that if you are kind of in this situation, it's probably gonna be in that 6 to 12 month mark. So you've created content before, you've created videos before, but not specifically for YouTube. So you have the YouTube learning curve that you have to go through, and that can take time depending on how fast of a learner you are. You have to learn about thumbnails. You have to learn about creating the right title. You have to learn about how to rank in search when it comes to the content that you are wanting to become discovered on. So you have that learning curve, and depending on if you have mentorship or help, it's still going to take a little bit of a learning curve if you're not familiar with the platform. Another thing is if you plan to only post once per week, this is, in my opinion, one of the slowest ways to grow. Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing. You're still being consistent, but you will not see fast growth unless you have found a gap in the market, like I mentioned before, unless you are very familiar with the YouTube platform in general and how to rank in search. You're only giving yourself one chance to learn every single week. That's 52 videos if you're consistent with posting once a week. And typically it's gonna take you about a good 50 to 100 videos before you really start seeing that ball rolling. And I'm throwing those numbers out there for a reason, because a lot of people don't realize how many videos it truly takes for you to get good at mastering YouTube and for you to also start seeing that snowball effect on your channel. You also probably hit it within 6 to 12 months if you align with the first two that I mentioned, but you do also know your niche and industry really well. You know exactly what you want to talk about. You know exactly the type of content that your audience needs and that they're searching for. If you have that in mind, then yeah, even if you post once a week, even if you have a small learning curve on YouTube, you can still hit your goal within 6 to 12 months, depending on the competition in your industry. And then the last two things I want to mention that will put you in that 6 to 12 month mark is if you plan on posting at least once per week consistently, and you plan on making YouTube your primary platform, then you'll probably see results within 6 months versus the 12 months if you're only posting once per week. That's the 6 to 12 month mark. Now let's talk about this 2+ year mark, okay? Because this is where I fell in on this channel. For one, I think it took me a year. I don't even remember at this point. I've been on this channel for a couple years, but mine falls in the 2+ year mark, and then I fall in the 30 days mark, which is crazy. But anyways, we're gonna talk about it. So it's gonna take you a couple years. If this is your very first YouTube channel ever, You've never had a YouTube channel and you've never created any type of YouTube videos. So that means you have a sharp learning curve just right off the gate. Now, I don't fall into this category, but you may fall into this category. If you're brand new to create any type of video content, it may take a while because now you have to learn the structure of creating content in general. Also, you don't understand the YouTube basics yet. So this means you don't understand the researching process, the planning process, the recording process, creating a workflow for your YouTube content, editing, thumbnails, like all the things. It's going to take you time. So like your first 4 to 6 videos are going to be sharp learning curves. Like you just learning the actual process, and be okay with that. It's okay. It is definitely a skill that is worth the effort to learn, but just understand that realistically, it's going to take you a little bit longer because even if you are producing content, the first sets of content is probably going to suck. It's probably not going to be the best videos, okay? And so you got to get the bad videos out of the way to learn the process. And then eventually you will start creating better content that people will be interested in watching, and you'll start seeing the snowball effect. Another thing that's going to make you fall into this 2+ year mark, this is where I fall, and I still fall because I still struggle with this. If you're not being consistent on the platform, I don't care how good your content is, it's going to take you a long time to grow. And this is the trap that I fell in. And this is why it took me so long to grow my YouTube channel, and it took me over 2 years. I think it was over 2 years to hit 1,000 subscribers. I don't remember, but I remember the first time when I started this main channel, because this was not my first channel. I've had multiple channels before. I created 4 videos and then I fell off for like 8 months. I can't even remember, but it was at least 6 months. I didn't produce any other content. And then I came back again, and then I fell off for, I think, like 4 more months. Okay. And even though my videos were good, I was not consistent. And so I'm not telling you anything that I have not experienced myself. I'm telling you because I fall into the 2-year+ category, because regardless of how much knowledge and skills that I had, regardless of me knowing who my audience was, regardless of me knowing about YouTube and how YouTube works, my inconsistent behavior caused me to take a long time to grow on a platform. Don't be like me, y'all. Don't be like me. Do what I say. Don't do what I do. Also, starting a personal vlog channel. If you start a personal vlog channel, just be prepared for slow growth. Because again, like I said earlier in this video, if you are documenting yourself, go off. Like, great, good for you. However, if you are looking to grow on the platform fast, you have to produce content that is valuable for other people. Unless you are a celebrity, unless you are a large influencer, unless you are already a large content creator on another platform, people have no interest in your personal vlogs. If don't nobody else tell you, I'ma tell you, okay? Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. And as much as we hate to know that, it's truth. And I'd rather you take that with a grain of salt and adjust your strategy accordingly than you get stuck creating personal vlog content and not understanding why your channel is not growing. People are going to find you through the value that you deliver. And then after they've subscribed to your channel and you've created that know, like, and trust factor, then and only then will they be interested in your vlog content. And even still, you want to rotate the type of content that you create. You don't want to be creating valuable content at the beginning and then do a whole hard pivot into just vlog content. Another thing that's going to make you fall trap into the 2+ year mark is if you plan on posting a little bit of everything. Like, you don't plan on having a specific niche. You don't plan to have a specific industry that you're targeting. And I know we're in the era of, oh, you are your niche and you can post anything. While that can be true, you still need a niche, okay? That could be, you need a niche. And what I mean is your niche can be your target viewer. So if your target viewer would benefit from the thing that you are producing, then yeah, that would fall into a niche because you are creating content specific for your target viewer, and your target viewer and their interest is the niche. But what you don't want to do is be creating, I'm going to just throw a weird, wow, the first thing that pops up in my head to kind of drive this point home of why you still need some type of niche or focus for the channel. You don't want to start off creating car videos, and then for some random reason, you start throwing hair tutorials on this channel. Like, those do not align at all. Not only does it not target the same viewer, but they have nothing to do with each other at all. You're going to throw the algorithm off from your channel, and you're going to be essentially rolling a big rock up a hill trying to do that. And this is also a controversial type of tip, but I stand on it. You need some type of niche. Whether the niche is your target viewer, the niche can be you. However, you need to be mindful that the people that are watching you are coming for specific types of content. You want to make sure that that's aligned and not all over the place, because it will take you a long time to grow if you do it that way. A few more things that I'm going to mention that will make you fall into the 2+ year trap. You have no YouTube strategy in place, so you're essentially throwing spaghetti on the wall. And then not only that, YouTube is not going to be your primary platform. So again, I keep mentioning this because so many people pursue YouTube and it is not their primary marketing platform. And so it gets the short end of the stick. It goes to the back burner, and YouTube requires a lot of time and effort and commitment if you want to see growth. And so just keep in mind that if you do not plan on making YouTube your primary platform, you are going to grow slower on the platform. Now, regardless of which stage or which time frame you fall in, I want you to have and adopt this mindset, because it really doesn't matter how long it's going to take for you to grow on YouTube if you have this mindset. If you are going to commit to a platform like YouTube to hit your first 1,000 subscribers, and plus, because I would hope that your goal is not to only hit 1,000 subscribers. You need to think long term. So regardless of how long it takes for you to hit 1,000 subscribers, your goal should be, I plan on being over here for at least 5 to 10+ years. This is a long-term play. YouTube is not a short-term play. YouTube is not a platform that it's like, I want to get some dopamine hits over here and get some viral videos going over here. You're going to disappoint yourself every time. Because typically when you go viral on the platform, it's never planned. You never realize that's going to be the video that's going to do it. But my point is, you want to make sure that this is a long-term play for you. And so I think the issue with videos like this, where people are like, oh my God, I hit 1,000 subscribers in like less than 30 days. Look at me. The issue with those type of videos is that it creates unrealistic expectations for your channel, and then you don't understand why you're not hitting your goals. And this is why I wanted to create this video, because I wish I had a video that I could look at like this whenever I was discouraged because it was taking me so long to hit my subscribers. Okay, so I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you're like, girl, I don't want to fall into the 2+ year category. Like, I thought it was going to be faster for me, but I realized based on what I've mentioned so far that it's going to take you a little bit longer. If you fall into that category, that I would recommend you join my membership, the Legacy Circle, because my membership is dedicated towards helping you hit your first 1,000 YouTube subscribers in the time frame that you would want. So ideally within the 3 to 6 month mark. Ideally, that's when you want to hit your 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to help you shorten that learning curve that people typically go through on YouTube, so that way it doesn't take you as long. I've kind of learned the method to the madness to help fast pace your growth. So if you want to join us and learn more about the Legacy Circle, all you have to do is click the link in the description at the top of the description box. Go ahead and get in the room with us, girl, so that way we can go ahead and fast pace your way to your first 1,000 YouTube subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.